We've been talking about follow-up over the last couple of weeks, and I hope you found it useful. The one thing that I want to do is just kind of tie up some loose ends and give you some little tricks to put into your toolbox. Hi, it's Lorna Rasmussen speaking to you from beautiful British Columbia. The one thing that I'd like to talk about is the role that you play in making sure that the process of follow-up goes from step to step to step. What do I mean by that? Oftentimes, follow-up is a long process. In other words, it's not going to be that you follow up with one person, they're going to give you an answer, yes or no. Sometimes that happens. It's wonderful when it does, but most of the time, you're going from one call to the next call to the next call. And when you're doing that, one call sets up the next one. So it's very important at the end of the call, just like at the end of the first time you met with a person, that you ask their permission and set up an appointment with them. If you can get it on paper in an appointment, that's the best. But even knowing that you can call them on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, then you can shoot them a quick email or call them and say, are we still on for our appointment on Tuesday at 10 o'clock? Following up professionally and respectfully gets you brownie points. It gets you recognized as a professional. People don't care if you are calling them on a regular basis if they're expecting it. And so this is what's critical about being professional in the way you follow up. I've had people that I followed up with for months and months and months. Now, there's a little parenthetical statement, make sure the person's worth following up with. I mean, if they really have what it takes to do this business, or you feel they're a great center of influence or whatever, but make sure they're worth the follow-up. But if they're willing to keep taking your calls, then you keep making them. And you follow up with people professionally, respectfully, and you follow up until they tell you, stop following up with me. I have made a decision. The decision is definitively no. Even at that point, I sometimes will put them in a file and send them things from time to time. And you can ask them, may I send you some information if things change? Maybe things change in your life. They're certainly going to change in mine. May I still continue to write to you? So those things are critical to you being viewed as a professional. They're critical to you feeling like a professional. You are not going to have people hiding behind a tree when you come walking down the sidewalk if you have treated them in a professional way. If you have made them feel that they are in control, you've made them feel that you respect their time and you respect their decisions. And most importantly, that you always leave things with them telling you what you can do in the next process. Now, I will make one caveat here. Don't ever lose control of the ball. What do I mean by that? If they say to you, oh, I'll follow up with you, then you've got to change that attitude. You cannot have people, it's sort of like the girl waiting at the end of the phone. When's that boy going to call her? No, you do not want to do that. What you want to say in those situations is, I appreciate that, and I certainly would look forward to you calling, but I am so hard to get hold of. I'd rather be the one that's making the effort to get hold of you. Would Tuesday of next week be better for you, or would the following Friday work out better? So you go right back into asking them for an appointment because you want them to give you permission to continue to do that follow-up for as long as it takes.